Welcome back to another Glitter Girlz collaboration. This is a collaboration for Karina's nail designs. Today is her birthday. This is the set we will be recreating. Karina likes purple and pink and butterflies and flowers and all things pretty. So I will be using these products and I will come back with a clean table ready to go and show you how I came up with this really pretty design. So stick around. So I'm back and I've gone ahead and prepared 5 nails. I prepped them by buffing the surface because they're artificial tips. I also applied Madame Glam's base coat. And for the glitter nails, which is the first ones we're going to be working on, I've already given them 2 coats of the gel polish. The purple color is called Kind of Wonderful. And the pink polish that I'm using for this set is just simply Rose. I found 2 coordinating glitters that I will be using that I thought matched those colors really pretty. They're chunky, they have really pretty mylar pieces in them, small glitter, hex glitter, and they have color shifting, so I thought they would be perfect. So I'm going to set these aside, and the first thing we're going to do is just apply Madame Glam's No Wipe top coat to these 2 nails so that we can apply the glitters to them. Okay, so the nails have been cured and they are a little rough on the top, so I'm going to brush off any excess glitter that wants to come off, and then we're going to apply 2 coats of No Wipe top coat, and then we're going to buff the surface to smooth them out. And I'm applying 2 coats. You can put you can opt to put also a builder gel on top, but I don't want to bulk them up any more than they already are because of the chunky glitter. Wow, and look at how that glitter just stands out. Look how beautiful that is. The No Wipe top coat is going to sink into all the little crevices from the chunky glitter. So we're going to put 2 healthy, nice top coats on each of these, and then we're going to buff them. Wow, look at that purple glitter. You can see all those little mylar pieces. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to apply this. We're going to repeat this step, apply a 2nd coat of the No Wipe top coat, and I'm going to buff them smooth, and I'll come back to apply the final top coat on these 2 and reveal that gorgeous glitter underneath. So I'm back, and I had buffed these nails or shaped them with a 180 grit file to remove all of the little pieces that were sticking up from the chunky glitter. So the next step is to just take a little bit of alcohol and wipe off the extra dust. You can already see those glitters are trying to poke through and reveal themselves. So you wipe off all of the excess dust so it doesn't get in your top coat. You take your no wipe top coat and you just give one nice final thin layer. This is where the magic happens. Look at those glitters. So beautiful. So gorgeous. Love this part. Get some on the purple nail. These are glitters I picked up from Michael's. All of the products that I used in this video will be listed in the description box with links wherever I have them in case you want to purchase them. Look how pretty that is. It gives such a nice three-dimensional look when you put the top coat over it as opposed to just sugaring the nail. And get these in the lamp for 30 seconds and we'll move on to the next nail, which are the actual two nails, which are the ombre nails. So stick around. So there's a final look at the two glitter nails. Nice and smooth, no little chunky pieces or shards sticking up. Really pretty. And we're going to move on now to the ombre nails that I did. And I took the two polishes that I am putting in this set, and I'm going to use my ombre brush. This one is by Bone. I got this on Amazon. It's just a regular gel brush with some hairs removed from it. You can make your own. There are videos on the internet. This one was pretty inexpensive. I'll see if I can find the link. I believe I got this as part of a multi-brush set. So basically for ombre nails, you're going to take and polish thin layers. And then you take the ombre brush between the two colors and you just work it back and forth and they start to meld together. So we will polish half of the nail with our purple color, Kind of Wonderful from Madam Glam. And you can just go across, you can go down, up and down, just get half of the nail covered. Unless you want more of one color sticking out, then you would adjust where you're stopping your polish. And try to make thin layers. You can do this multiple times until you achieve the look you want. And then you're not using so much gel polish either, because you're going to end up wiping your brush a few times in between, and it's just a waste of product. So I've got my purple on there. It's not perfect, but that's okay. And now I'm going to put the pink at the bottom. And I'm going to get my lint-free wipes ready in case the pink touches the purple. I try not to let it, like I try to go right up against it. Sometimes it happens. You wipe it off before putting it back in so you don't mix your colors in your bottles. So basically you just cover the other half. I'm just going to take care of this part right away so I can polish freely. There's none on there. So I'll take a little bit more. The pink polish in this case is not as opaque, so I'll probably put a little bit more of the polish on, so it will be a little bit of a thicker coat, but that way I don't have to cure extra time or have to fill in the pink later on. So basically you put your polishes on half and half. Nice even smooth layers. And you take your ombre brush, and what I like to do is take and spray my lint-free wipe, a little bit of alcohol, do it to the side so I don't spray the nail. And you basically just start brushing those two colors. I try to split the brush between the two colors. I'm going to zoom in a little so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And basically you just flick your brush and you'll see it start to happen. You flick one side, go as far as you can turn it around. Just make sure you keep your brush with the color scheme. I don't want to accidentally not turn my brush as well and then put purple into my pink when I just wanted to blend the two in the middle. Don't worry about strokes showing up right now. Again, we're going to do this in 2 or 3 layers. And I think you can see what I'm talking about. Like, you can see the brush strokes. Don't worry about that too much. When you're happy with your blend, and I know that we're going to do this a couple of times, so I'm fine with this. I just wanted to get the base blend done. When you're happy with it, stick it in your lamp. In this case, Madame Glam cures in 30 seconds. We'll come back and we'll apply the second layer. So I've taken this out of the lamp, and you see it's cured nicely. It has a couple of ridges in it, but that's because of the brush. While that was curing, I just took and wiped off my ombre brush, simply taking the lint-free wipe, folding it over, and pulling the brush out. And I flipped it and did that a couple of times until the brush is nice and clean again. So then we once again go over with another thin layer. It doesn't matter what order you do this in. We'll put the pink on this time first. I'll polish downward because you don't want to leave uneven gel polish application either. Put a little bit more because the pink is not as opaque, it's a little more sheer. And then we'll take our, this is Rose by Madame Glam, and then we'll take our Kind of Wonderful, our purple color, and we'll go right up against that pink. And then I'm going to just take off a little bit of excess and pull that polish down through the rest of the nail. And just like with the pink into the purple, you want to make sure, with the purple into the pink, you want to make sure you don't have any pink on your purple brush either, or whatever color it is that you're using. We take our ombre brush again, and you just work at the seam, basically. So, slide across. Slide it across this way, or you can turn it around like I did the first time. If you want to bring the color down a little, you just move your brush down a little and the colors mix. You can also mix them upward on the nail. And again, don't worry about the brush strokes. Now, there's a little bit of excess because you want these hairs to be separate. So there's a little bit of excess on my brush, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure I wipe it off now, and then, oops, and then go ahead and continue to work at that seam. And you're going to see it's going to start blurring the lines between the two colors. And it's such a nice effect. You can do this with multiple colors. I'm using 2 in this case. If you wanted to use 3, You may want to combine a drop each of the middle color that is created by combining two colors. And that's like a 3-part ombre. And I think I'm going to do a video on that as well, because this is a 2-part ombre. But there's a way to do a 3-part ombre where the color transitions so smoothly you can't see a scene between the colors. Get this in the lamp for 30 seconds, and I'm going to repeat this process one more time. And then I'm going to top coat it, and I will also do the ring finger to cut down on video time, because I want to allow time for the stamping process. So stick around. So I'm back, and I have completed the ombre on the ring finger. So we have the thumb and the ring finger, nice and smooth. I applied the no wipe top coat. Now for the middle finger, both colors are on the nail. However, I didn't do an ombre effect on this because the jewels and the roses cover up all of the detail of the ombre. So I basically just took and painted half the nail with pink and half the nail with the purple. So let me go ahead and show you how I did that. I did it in the S formation, so I have a line to follow when I put the jewels on. You basically just paint your S. Now on this you can see that I bulged out a little bit right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my cleanup brush, and I'm going to take it and put it in some, dip it in some alcohol and bring over some no wipe. I'm sorry, some lint-free pads. Take my dish, apply some alcohol in it, just a little bit, just to moisten the brush. Take your cleanup brush and wipe away the part that you don't want to be. I want this to be a little bit less so that the purple comes down to the bottom just like the pink goes up to the top. Give that one more little swoop. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the pink and I'm going to apply just a little bit more. Again, this pink seems to be the color, the rose seems to be a little bit less opaque than the purple, or it might just be because of the color itself. The purple just appears to be more opaque. But I'm just going to go ahead and carefully, so that I don't mess up what I just cleaned up, apply the polish down the nail. This is going to take 2 coats. Once you have one layer on, the second layer becomes easy. Now I will take my purple, that way I don't have to cure 4 different times. I'm going to flip the nails around, and I'm going to take the purple and just put it on the rest of the nail. I missed a little spot with the pink, so I'm going to make sure I polish that in. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Most of this is going to be covered up by the jewels and the roses. Stick that in the lamp for 30 seconds. You repeat the same process a second time and apply a no wipe top coat, and that nail is done. So stick around. So I'm back, and this is the ombre set. There's the center nail with the S down the middle. Came out nice and smooth. We're going to go ahead and take that middle nail and put it on the other stand. Those are the ones that are completed except for bling. And we'll set those aside. I've already partially prepared for the stamping portion. This is a clear jelly stamper mat. This one is called the Leslie. It's really cute. It's a small mat, but this is also a silicone mat for those of you that don't have one already. I put a paper towel anyway because I don't like to mess up the mat, but sometimes I use this because it's really pretty. It has a practice area and everything. I also have the second mat that she offers. It's called the Tracy, and it's this one right here. It's got a different pattern. It's got more of a flourish pattern. This has more plants and dragonflies. So I have the choice of using either one. I started collecting clear jelly stamper products about 2 years ago when I was first thinking about getting into nails. So let me go ahead and pull everything out for the stamping. We have our paper towel. We have the colors that we will be using. I have the nails that I'm going to be stamping on. And I have the stamping plates. The stamping plates I will be using are clear jelly stamper as well. This is CJS 37, and we're going to be using this big butterfly right here. And then there's another butterfly plate that's clear jelly stamper has. This one's the CJS 80, and these are the butterflies we're going to be using. This is a 3-step process. I'm going to stamp them separately, the top one first and then the bottom one, because I want the antenna to be on the entire nail. And the butterflies, the way they're positioned, if I stamp it all at once, even if I tilt it, I'm going to lose some of the antenna on the stamping. So the colors I'll be using is their black polish 001, their gold, which is 003, and then I have a selection of 3 for the butterflies themselves. I know I could have opted to use or allow just the ombre background to come through, but I wanted a little bit of a contrast, and I don't know if you can make it out. I'm going to zoom in a little because I'll be zooming in anyway for the stamping portion. Let's see if you can see. The butterfly has a different color palette. It's got the blue, the green, and the yellow, along with the black and the gold. And then it has the embellishments for the body and the head. So let me put this back on. These are the 3 colors that I will be using for the stamping, because these ombre really, really pretty, and I'll show you how to ombre on the plate. So let's get started. The first nail we're going to be doing is this one, and which is the large butterfly. And so we will take our black polish, and I'm going to do a black base. Initially I was going to do a white base, and then these colors here stamp over them with the 3 stamping polishes. However, when I did that, the colors didn't stand out because they blended with the white background. So I decided to do it in black instead. Now let's take the black polish, and we're going to go ahead and fill in the butterfly background. And you want to apply a generous layer. When you have such a large surface area like these larger areas, you want to put enough polish that you're not going to scrape it away, because then you'll get the gaps. So make sure you fill it in enough. I'm not going to put an excess amount, but I'm going to make sure I get it in there good, almost so that it can pool in there. So I'm applying my polish. It's a nice generous layer. I'm going to go ahead and scrape, and see how clearly that design is pulled in there, and it picked up perfect stamping. So we'll go ahead and take off the excess that I don't need. I will bring this over, and and I will stamp it on the nail. I'm going to stamp at a slight angle, and I'm going to let the butterfly tail be almost at the edge of the nail because I want to have space for the antenna. When I did the first set, I didn't allow too much for that and I almost lost it, so there we go. Look at that. Perfect application. So we will take our stamper. Let me get cotton to clean this up. I have my glove on my right hand. I don't need it on my left hand. The left hand doesn't really touch the plate as much, so I figured why use two gloves? But I do need the one glove to be able to clean off my plate. I have an acetone set on the side. Go ahead and wipe this off. Cleans off very nicely, but can you imagine getting that on your hands? Set that aside because we're going to use that again. Okay, perfect. Now, I'll clean off my card, the little piece that I took off. Black is the only one that really gets all over my hands when I use it, or maybe I just don't notice the other colors, but they're not as bad. Now, the second layer of this is the detail on the wings. So that is going to be the blue, the green, and the yellow. And on the color wheel, this is the transition, because when you take yellow and blue, you get the green in the middle. So that's the way I'm going to apply the polish on the butterfly. So we're going to apply some blue. And then you go right up against it with the green. You have to work a little bit faster with this because of the three colors. The other one's already starting to dry. So you gotta move a little quick with this. Put the green in there. And on this one I'm gonna swipe twice because then you blend the colors in between. And the yellow. Make sure you don't have any on your brush before you put it back in your bottle. And then we're going to take, and I'm going to turn this a little, and I'm going to pull the polish and pull it again. And it ombre together. So I'm going to pick up that image, and look at how clear that is. Look how pretty. Then take your card, take off all the excess that you don't need. And then you position this right over the black. I'm going to center it. Hopefully, let me move forward a little just so I can try to catch it on camera. Position it, and it gives you a chance to work with it before you actually put the stamp down. And you press it into place. It's slightly off, but it's not anything that noticeable. But you see the contrast in colors between the pink and the purple? Then I've got the blue, green, and the yellow. So that makes for a really pretty butterfly. I'm going to clean my plate off again. And now we're going to go in with the third layer, which is the accent lines on the butterfly. And I decided to use gold because of it looks really pretty as the accent lines. So you can get the gold, apply it. Now, I had trouble in the past with the antenna, and I believe I even had to just take a fine liner and actually draw in the antenna on the first set. I'm going to try to get it. Hopefully I can pick up the whole image here. The finer the lines, the harder it is to pick up. But if you're patient and you use a light touch, usually it works. So let's do this. Pick it up. Yep, I got the whole thing, even the antenna. I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to put it where you can see it. It's kind of hard. There you go. So I want to take off the excess that I don't need to be stamping on my nail. And then I'm going to position this straight over the butterfly. This is the hardest part for me, lining it up. But if you hit it straight on, and I'm sorry if it's this part's not on camera, it's just because it's so hard to get this to line up sometimes. And I want to make sure to get it as close as possible. There we go. And make sure I roll the stamper so that that butterfly's antenna is actually there. That's what it was. They're so fine. The antenna is so fine that it didn't really show up well. But I kind of like it on this one. So I think I'm just going to leave it like that. But I pretty much caught it. Now, I don't like that little blue piece that's sticking out because I was a little off when I did the second one. So you can take your your cleanup brush and put a little bit of acetone on it. The nail is protected by the no wipe top coat. So we'll just pop out a little bit of acetone. Wipe my brush off a little. And I'm just going to remove that tiny little blue piece. I know you probably can't see it. I'm going to zoom in a little. Oh, the glare from the plate. I'm sorry about that. Okay. The blue, that little tiny speck of blue. Yes. I notice it. Some people may not notice it on the nail, but I would notice it. So all you have to do is take your cleanup brush and just wipe it away. It'll come off with the acetone. And it won't ruin your nail because of the no wipe top coat. I picked up a little bit of the black. There you go. So now that little piece is gone, it's not bothering me as much. And put my cleanup brush to the side. This is another Clear Jelly Stamper product. I'm not an ambassador or anything, I just really like the quality of their products. I know they're a little bit pricey for some people. As I said, I've been collecting for over 2 years, so I didn't get everything at once. They're a little pricey for me as well. But I really like the quality, so any chance I get, when I see a sale or I have the opportunity and I have a little bit of extra money, I try to put it into my plates collection, my polish collection. I'm going to be doing a swatch video shortly, swatching all the different stamping colors they have so that everybody can see how nice their stampers, the stamping polishes are. Now, you see my plate is cloudy. You take a little bit of alcohol, it takes the cloudiness away. There you go. The neighbor's dogs are going crazy. Now, before I go and do anything else, I'm going to protect this with no wipe top coat. I'm going to apply this. I'll go ahead and cure off camera and I'll come right back with ready to do the pinky nail with the, the ring fingernail with the butterflies. So stick around. So I'm back and there is the completed big butterfly stamping on the thumbnail. See all the pretty details. The only thing left to do is to put the bling. So I'm going to move it to my completed nails set stand. Go ahead and put that down. I'm going to have to change out my blue tack soon because it keeps pulling. I think the UV light has some kind of effect on it. Get that out of the way. The next one we're going to be doing is the ring finger. The ring finger is the double butterfly. Again, I'm going to do that in 2 sections. I'm going to do the top butterfly first, which is this one up here, right there. Now, funny enough, you would think that it would be the outside, the inside, and then the whole top, but these two are flipped, because on this one you've got the outside, the inside, and the top. And I didn't notice that until I first started stamping. So on these two, I'm going to do them in reverse. I initially did the blue on the top just like with the big butterfly, but I found that the blue blended in too much with the purple. So I'm going to use the green for the top part of the for the outside part of the wings. And I'm sorry, I'm going to use, see, this is confusing because it's flipped. I'm going to use the green for the inside part, and the yellow is going to be the accent of the outside of the wings. The accent of the outside of the wings on the bottom is going to be yellow, but the bottom is the inside is going to be blue. So this will be green, this will be blue, and these two will be yellow. So let's get started. And there we have it, both butterflies stamped. You see how the blue shows and the green shows and the yellow shows on both. But when I did them in reverse, where the blue was on the top like with the big butterfly and the green was on the bottom, the green showed up but the blue blended too much. So I opted to change the color scheme. And the last thing we have to do here is clean up our plate and take those two butterflies and apply them as an offset. I'll do one on camera and then I'll fast forward the second one. Take your gold polish. We'll do the top one first. The reason why I do the top is and work my way down is so that you don't interfere with the image that's already stamped on the nail. So apply your polish. Try not to get in the other one, then I don't have to have extra wiping just yet. Great. This is such a pretty gold. Pick it up. Perfect. Perfect pickup. There we have it. Move this plate out of the way. Position it. And you're going to slightly offset it. So I'm going to see if I can try to get this on camera. I'll hover over and hopefully you don't see my head. Slightly offset. And I judged the wings first. There we go. And you see it creates like a shadow effect. If I would have done it exact, it would have been pointless to have done the black. So I'll do the other one, fast forward, and I'll come right back and we'll have that finished nail. Then all we have to do is apply the bling. And there you have it. So now I'll just top coat this, put it in the lamp. We'll come back. Last step for this set of nails is all that pretty bling. So stick around. So I'm back, and I have put a top coat on the double butterfly. And I went in, I didn't really like the antenna being so thin. I really didn't. It was bothering me, especially since the original set already has it where I painted it in. So I went in with my fine detailer brush from Nailchemy. It's got a really pretty point on it. It's not as fine as the Young Nails one that I use, but I didn't need it to be that fine. I just wanted a nice thin line. So I went ahead and added it with the gold stamping polish, and then applied a no wipe top coat and to set that in. And now we're ready for the bling. So I have already pulled these bling together for the nails. These stones here are the ones that are going to go down this center nail with the roses in the middle. And here's the head and the thorax for the butterfly. And then I decided to add little tiny heads to the smaller butterflies, the double butterfly. So that's what these two are for. So I set those aside. For the middle, when you're doing large embellishments like the roses that I have here, that they're so raised, you can't get away with just a no wipe top coat. So I use Young Nails Builder Gel. You could use any builder gel you want. I like Synergy. It's nice and thick. The consistency is great. See? Moves slightly. Gives me a chance to apply all the embellishments right where I want them to be. So we're going to go ahead and do that center nail first and get it in the lamp right away, just so that I can get that out of the way, because the other ones are really simple. So I'm going to at least apply the roses to those, and then I'll come back and you can do the rest with a no wipe top coat, because they don't want to slide as much, so, or they don't tend to want to slide as much. Now for the bling gel, I just use my fidget stylus, which is basically a dotting tool. It does not have the dot at the end. It's just a pointy tool, because I'm able to pick up the right amount that I want to use. I can pick up more, I can pick up less. Look how nice and thick that retracts. Okay, so here we go. This part's going to be fast forwarded, and I'm going to go in and out from the different blings, because I don't want to bore you. I'm sure most of you have seen how to apply bling. So I'll see you on the other side on the completed set. So there you have it, the finished set. All the bling has been applied. I used the Synergy Gel, Young Nails Synergy Gel for the thumbnail as well because of this large piece here. These are not going anywhere. The little ones are not going anywhere. I think it's a really pretty set. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. Like this video, comment below. Give me some ideas of other things you'd like to see or some other suggestions if you see something that you do differently than what I did in this video. And hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Happy birthday, Karina. I hope you really liked this set. I think it came out really pretty. It gave me a chance to practice my ombre. I don't get to use it that often, but I think it came out really pretty. So until our next video, I hope you guys stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye!